So yesterday we talked about some comma rules, and so today we're going to talk about 3 more comma rules that we will see in our revise and edit stories and questions. So rule number 5 is use a comma after the greetings and closings in a friendly letter. Like when we write a letter to someone, we want to say, "Dear Mario, comma." Some of you, when you write letters, "Dear Mom" or "Dear Friend." We just got through Christmas, and some of you might have wrote a Santa letter. So, "Dear Santa, comma." And so we want to make sure that when we have that greeting, that we always put a comma after, and then we go down to the next line. And then we also, in our closing, we put "love, comma," and then you put your name. Or "thank you, comma," put your name. Whatever your closing might be in your letter, you want to make sure you put a comma and then put your name after or below that. So those are the rules for that one, and we'll look at some examples in just a minute. The next one that we've talked about a lot is use a comma to separate 2 sentences in a compound sentence. We had a great school year, comma, but, that comma conjunction, I'm glad it is almost summer. And so, again, remember, if I can make this a complete sentence, we had a great school year, it's a complete thought by itself. I'm glad it is almost summer. That is also a complete sentence by itself. Therefore, I have to use a comma conjunction. I didn't have two subjects or 2 predicates. I had 2 complete sentences. And then the next one we're going to look at today is you place a comma after an introductory word or phrase. So sometimes when we start reading, we see a comma in the beginning of a sentence, like right after 2 or 3 words, sometimes even 1 if it's a transition word. And all that is when we leave, comma, be sure to get your jacket. Tomorrow, comma, our project is due. We don't see this one as much in the 4th grade. I did want to just kind of show it to you so that you are familiar with it. But we don't see that very often unless it's with a transition word. Next, first, then, last. You put a comma after those words if it's the first word of the sentence. So let's go and look. This is going to go really fast at some ideas. Okay, so this was the first one we not talked about. Yep. That was yesterday. This is today. Bats sleep all day, but they eat insects all night. So I would want to put comma, but they eat insects all night. I want you to look at the next one by yourself for a minute and see if you can figure out where the comma goes. So some of you might have figured out already. We put a bell on the cat, comma, so we can hear it at night. Last one, we must rest tonight or we will be tired tomorrow. So see if you can figure that one out. And that is correct. We would put the comma right here at the or. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so this is the one we talked about a while ago where we want to put the comma with the introductory words. We're just going to kind of talk to this together. After Thanksgiving, comma, it will be Christmas. After Thanksgiving is like the introduction of that sentence, if that's what you want to call it. Since it rained, comma, we will have to play indoors. Unless we all pass the test, comma, we can't go outside. And so, like I said, you're not going to see this very often, but I did want you to be familiar with it, that little bit of that introduction of that sentence does get a comma. Okay, so that is all for today, and we will be practicing this throughout the week, or finishing it up tomorrow since it's Friday already.